And Russia held a day of a national mourning on Sunday to remember the people who died on board the passenger jet. Across the country, people paused to remember those who died in the country's worst ever air disaster. Lorna Shadik has more from Moscow.
Flags at half-mast across the country, by order of the Kremlin. It's a show of support for these relatives of the 217 people who never came home from holiday. Gathered at a hotel near the airport in St. Petersburg, they can only wait for more information. In the meantime, they've been offered counselling and medical help by the authorities, even as the flowers pile up outside Pulkovo Airport.
We would like to express our condolences to all the families who have lost their loved ones, relatives, friends. I personally haven't lost anyone, but still it's not easy. There were children there. They were just taking their first steps in life.
As the relatives wait for updates, Kogalym Avia insists its aircraft was fit to fly and the pilot highly experienced. But the Russian Emergencies Ministry says it's grounded the company's Airbus jets and it's beginning the work of bringing home the bodies of those who died.
We plan to continue our work and take the maximum number of bodies from the site of the emergency. And when this work is finished, we plan to send the remains by plane to you in St. Petersburg.
It's been a day of somber mourning here in Russia across the whole country, not just in St. Petersburg, where of course many of the plane crash victims were from, but also here in the capital, Moscow. These are the offices of the St. Petersburg government in Moscow, and people have been coming here all day to lay flowers and candles. Young and old wanted to pay their respects to those who died.
I brought flowers because I myself just got back from Sharm el-Sheikh to Moscow 2 weeks ago. I remember the airport there well, and it feels as if I've lost people close to me. I really took what happened very hard.
There were more candles lit at church services in Moscow held to mourn the 213 Russians, 3 Ukrainians and 1 Belarusian who died in the disaster. But the authorities here say it's still too early to tell whether it was pilot error, a technical fault or some other external factor that killed them. Lorna Shadik, CCTV, Moscow.